history.
Hey guys, welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is the 30th of June, the last day of June. We're entering into July tomorrow, which is, leading up to the 4th, which is always fun for us here in the United States. But today we're going to go to Europe and we're going to go to the UK and we're actually going to go to North Korea with Kim Jong-un and President Trump, which is super exciting. But
this is our Sunday show where we cover usually European and UK news, but we also try to expand that to the rest of the world. Because we focus so much upon America.
It really should be called world news, but...
In Sweden, the Sweden teachers get to pay more money to work in the no-go zones. Oh, we're going to wear the house.
No, yours is right there next to you, actually.
Oh, that's right.
Now, I really worked hard on my hair today. I'm hoping that this doesn't mess it up. I'm going to try and wear it.
The Swedish government has passed new measures to increase the pay for teachers working in the vulnerable areas. They also gave them the helmets to attract them to the areas often referred to as the no-to-go zones.
The no-to-go zones.
I really think that the helmets are what banned us from Facebook.
Oh, yeah, we got banned off of Facebook, by the way. We were working on that.
That's crazy.
No, it can't be the helmets because somebody had said it was sexual. We were trying to do some sort of sexual thing to children or something. I don't know.
Kids being pedophiled in the Sweden.
We're working on it.
Teachers working in the vulnerable areas will receive a monthly increase of about, oh my gosh, $1,000 a month.
What?
They're gonna get like $12,000. Well, I guess it's 10,000 Swedish krona. Yeah, okay, doubling the previous amount, which was about $500.
5,000. Oh, equal to $500. Yeah,
I just did math. I just cut it in half.
Okay.
Roger Haydad, the school's spokesman for the Swedish Liberals, argued that the measures were important, saying, "We must once again increase the proportion of qualified teachers." And oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm going right now with my accent. I don't know, because that woman was an Indian. I think she was an Indian. The proportion of qualified teachers, and we must attract the best teachers in these areas. A total of 111 teachers are said to benefit from the fund, which had previously been allocated a bunch of money. The new move will see the total amount to 42 million kronas, I guess, Swedish kronas. Some in the teaching profession, however, are not certain the new measures will attract qualified teachers to the no-go zones. No matter how much money you send me, I ain't going there, Jack. Give me the helmet. Give me the sword. Some of the teaching profession, however, are not certain the new measures. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's see. This guy, Mats Johnson, told the principal at Grindtorpsskolan school in Alby, said he was not sure the extra money would do anything more than motivate the teachers who already get the extra money. Mm-hmm. So, I'm really happy I'm getting a raise.
Right.
So in the Rinkeby, Stockholm suburb of Rinkeby, one school saw nearly half of the pupils unqualified to even enter high school, with local parents admitting they were looking to send their children to a school in other areas. Because, your peers do influence how well you do in school. Another major problem in Swedish schools has been the rise in violence, both among pupils and directed at the teaching staff. Threats, beatings, stabbings now occur every day in Swedish schools.
Oh my gosh. But we have to ban guns in the United States because...
I like the way the hat sits on your head.
I'm actually keep hitting the television.
I don't understand here. With the Vikings.
With the
raping and the pillaging. With the sword. They were every day, I'm sure. There were rapings and killings and stabbings. But now, it's not the Vikings doing the threats and the beatings and the stabbings. We are peaceful. They're peaceful Vikings. Oh my gosh. In North Korea, there was an all-out brawl.
Are we gone from Sweden?
Yeah, you can take my helmet off.
I'm going to take mine off carefully.
Trump's press secretary roughed up during a scuffle with North Korean guards. I forgot to show you guys this when we were talking about North Korea. History was made Sunday when Trump went to North Korea, but there was an all-out brawl involving the new White House.
Do you want to just keep wearing yours?
Sure.
Okay.
Trump and Kim had reportedly been talking privately at the time in a meeting room in the demilitarized zone complex as American and North Korean reporters then hustled to get to the best view of the summit. That's when the chaos unfolded, involving the U.S. press secretary scuffling with the North Korean officials, a part of which was captured by the local Korean news crew.
자유의 집 내부 화면입니다. 카메라가 지금 이동하고 있고요. 정상이 간 곳을 향해서 카메라가 하고 있습니다.
Whoa.
카메라가 어디까지 들어갈 수 있을지 모르겠습니다만 카메라가 제 정상이 있는 곳을 향해서 이동하고 있는 장면입니다.
So
흔들리는데 뭐
Trump's new press secretary, I think might have been that woman.
Yeah.
She was previously Melania's press secretary.
Okay. Wow, that's a big jump.
And so I'm trying to get back there so you can see it again, because
화면입니다.
that's kind of crazy actually. So everybody's going,
하고 있고요. 정상이 간 곳을 향해서
and I don't think they know who she is.
하고 있습니다.
Oh, excuse me.
네.
So that was probably like not a good idea.
This is
According to CNN, Grisham,
Yeah.
was bruised in the scuffle. The details, let's see. The new press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, got into a brawl with North Korea officials on Sunday. I hope she's funny. Outside of a meeting room where U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea leader Kim Jong-un were talking. So that's her. So I just thought.
Wait, that doesn't seem like an all-out brawl, though. Are you sure that was the clip?
There must have been more. No, part of which was covered.
Oh, okay.
There was a brawl, but then part of the scuffle was.
All right.
In France,
They should have done it at the time.
in an unprecedented move, Facebook will hand over the identities of French users who are suspected of hate speech. Hate speech. The decision by the world's biggest social media network comes after successive meetings with Zuckerberg and Macron, who wants to take a leading role globally on the regulation of hate speech and the spread of false information online. It sounds good, but what that means is we have one truth.
Right.
The company which regularly hands out authorities the IP addresses of suspected terrorists or other criminals have never done so in the case of free speech, and has been hesitant but now they're going to. Facebook head of global affairs Nick Clegg and Francis O met last week, where the social media company agreed to extend its cooperation with French authorities to hate speech. Hate speech. This is huge news. It means that the judicial process will be run normally, they said. Oh my gosh, well, they're only doing it for France.
Wow.
Who said he had been in close contact with Clegg over the last few days on the issue, said Facebook's decision was a result of ongoing conversation. What the world? While Forbes reports that Facebook will identify hate speech suspects if requested by French judges, it is unclear if, say, a broad request for hate speech identified by Facebook falls within the scope of the new agreement. If so, it would be particularly alarming in the light of a report earlier this month that the company monitors its users' offline behavior as part of how they determine whether a person should be classified as a hate agent. We have been taken off of Facebook again, just to let you know. We're trying to get it back. We don't know. They said we did something, it was of sexual nature, and obviously, our show. And it was for our last show on Friday.
Sunday.
It was our Sunday show. Facebook may even condemn users for statements made in private, but later made in public.
Wow.
So, this is absolutely insane.
But again, I have to say it like I said on Friday, I think this is really good news. Do you know why? Because they're actually having to state that they're doing these things. They've been doing them for the past 5 or 6 years, and especially the past 2 years. So now they have to come out and own it at the very least, and then they can argue the legality of doing it, So because of the 30-second lag on here, I want to go back to the reparations comments there, because Horatio has something interesting to add. Not only the ones that are asking for reparations are better off in every way than they would have been had slavery not happened. What do they want reparations for? What have this generation lost? They've gained. And then says it doesn't make it right, but they can't claim that they've lost everything. Now, I liked what Robert Bone said, and I don't know if you were saying this in response to Horatio's comment, but it totally fits. He says, simple, just rename all the government programs and call it reparations, because the government does do all of these handouts to everybody, not just the African-American community, but to everybody that is poor. And so you could literally just call them reparations and say, well, we're going to give it to you and we're going to give it to everybody else. But what you're saying, Horatio, makes sense if you're talking about generationally. Like, okay, you're not any worse off than you were. And there's that, what is the name of the kid that got injured that was doing the comedy tour that does the fried chicken? The black kid. The one of the videos that made him the most famous was he's a black guy, and he's like, I love fried chicken. I don't want to give up being here in America. I love it here. We have it way better off than we ever did. That being said, to the people that were directly impacted by slavery. So the problem is when you're talking generationally. So I don't think that we disagree. I'm saying if somebody was alive
and they were put on a boat.
And they were put on a boat and come over, and they were slaves, then yes, you get reparations. If it didn't actually happen to you, then no, you don't get reparations. Okay? But as far as people being better off, I think, again, that's up to subjectivity of, you don't know, maybe somebody wanted to be in Africa and they can go, I don't know, whatever.
I'm glad they're here. I think God worked it all out.
I think so too.
And I'm just, I think that the spiritual component there, I'm glad they're here, and I don't want them to go back. But if they want to go back, they're more than welcome to.
I am not in favor of reparations, just to make that very clear here on our show. I think that current reparations for people who are descendants of people who bad things happen to, you know what? That you could say that could go so far. There are so many people that have had bad things happen to them at the hand of government or business or whatever. Does the mom and pop shop that got shut down because Walmart came into play get reparations? I mean, bad things just happen to people. It's when you have a governing force coming in and doing harm and stealing, from somebody, like their life and their liberty, making them slaves, which is actually what happened to the Jews. They were taken into slavery. Nobody uses that word for them, but they were taken to slave labor camps.
Okay, I gotta go to Salvini because the show's going over.
All right, I'm sorry.
All right,
Mom likes our show under 2 hours so she can upload it.
Italy's Trump. Salvini wants to build a wall to stop illegal immigration from the Balkans. Italy's populist deputy prime minister and minister of the interior, Matteo Salvini, has proposed a border barrier to halt illegal immigration from the Balkans, similar to our border wall. Salvini, whose La Lega turned in one of the best performances in any European political party, say that 5 times fast, in the recent European Parliament elections, has proposed the barrier, which may be similar in design to the protective fences built by the Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, which he has slashed illegal immigration to by 99%.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
After increased activity on
He's
the
not
Balkan
doing his
road.
part then.
Salvini says the Balkan route has reopened if the migrant flow does not stop. We don't rule out the physical barriers on the frontier as an extreme remedy. He's talking about this. However, I think we told you guys last year, that's 14 there. An NGO vessel that disobeyed military orders last week. That NGO guy, the migrant, Italy arrests the migrant transporter and impounds this NGO vessel. Good for them. And Matteo's numbers soared after this. Italian minister Matteo Salvini cried victory Saturday morning after police arrested the captain of the migrant transport vessel Sea-Watch 3 for disobeying military orders not to dock at a port in Lampedusa. Italian Interior Minister Matteo Salvini cried victory Saturday morning. They arrested this guy, the 31-year-old German captain. It's wonderful, German. Of the NGO boat Carola.
See, now we're going to get taken off of YouTube. You got to stop it.
Has been defying Mr. Salvini, insisting that she would dock. It's a chick. That she would dock at Lampedusa together with the 42 African migrants she was carrying, despite lacking permission to do so. Salvini has not ceased calling out the renegade captain as a criminal and a pirate.
Wow.
Vowing he would make sure she was brought to justice for her defiance of the Italian state. On Saturday, he tweeted out a video of the arrest with the caption, "Captain arrested, vessel impounded."
No way. That's so great.
4 days, Italian security forces have been defending Italian rule of law and borders, forced into extraordinary measures by a pirate ship and some left-wing MPs, including a former minister, who instead of standing with the law enforcement in Italy have chosen to side with this German NGO. Moreover, in attempting to dock her craft, Miss Rachete crushed a patrol boat. He noted.
Are you serious?
Crushed a police boat. Yeah.
Girl.
Police cuffed this chick for disobeying a military vessel after docking the ship into port without permission.
Oh,
a
no,
Coast Guard
she
boat
didn't.
had sought to prevent her from docking by sailing back and forth between the vessel and the wharf, and she, hit it. She descended from the vessel and was met with applause and whistles.
Oh my gosh.
And with the number of onlookers shouted, "We want to see the handcuffs." As pundits noted this week, in reality, Ms. Rachete was challenging not only the authority of Mr. Salvini, but also the president and the parliament of the Italian Republic. According to the analyst Giorgio Gandola, Ms. Rochette's interest in the 42 migrants aboard her vessel was marginal, while her true objective was creating an international incident by confronting Mr. Salvini and drawing attention for herself.
So she was trying to do this.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So,
and I'm sure he got wind of that, which is why he's like, listen, if you're going to try to do this, then we're going to turn it on your head.
But Salvini's popularity rose after that. Everybody's happy about what he did. His hardline approach to it, this Dutch, the German, migrant vessel's effort to storm an Italian port has done nothing but raise his a Dutch vessel, a German captain, but raise his capital in the eyes of Italian people who elected him to curb illegal immigration. Rado Fonda, director of leading Italian market research, said that just 1 month after the European election, Mr. Salvini's Lega Party has risen by an impressive 3% among Italian voters. They're at 37% now. Matteo Salvini still has a pool of potential expansion, and having gone from 34 to over 37%, he could easily reach 40%. So he's just, people are happy to see somebody care about their country and say no is no. And I'm excited. I'm excited for Italy. I'm excited that they are like waking up. I'm excited that they're on the national stage, and I'm excited that you're making Italy great again.
I love it.
Now back to Sweden real quick.
Okay.
Because I thought this was absolutely crazy. We gotta sign off. A 52-year-old Swedish man has been convicted for the hate comments posted on a social media group, despite the comments having been written by the other people. The hate comments were written by the Facebook group Stand for Sweden and contained material that was deemed to have broken Swedish law against threats or intimidation towards ethnic groups. The 52-year-old, who was the administrator of the group, was found guilty of breaking the BBS Act of 1998. Wow. There wasn't much internet back there, by the way. I know, we'd just gotten a computer. Which held him liable for not deleting the comments made in the group, even though he hadn't made them himself.
Wow.
Should the case not be overturned by appeal in the Supreme Court, it would be the first conviction under the law. The 52-year-old denied having committed a crime, saying that he had not even seen the comments that were highlighted, and it was noted that the group was about 162,000 people and saw 3 million comments per year.
So they put him in jail.
Oh my gosh. It's right-wing populism and stuff like that. The man claimed that he had not opened the file, telling the court he did not open attachments from people he did not know and therefore had not seen the comments. After finding the 52-year-old guilty, he was, sentenced him to 60 days of daily fines for conditional sentence and required him to pay $4,347 for legal fees.
Which is like $4,000.
Yeah, but what about the sentence to 60 days of daily fines?
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
How much is that? So,
wow.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He didn't even make I can't believe it. And here's the thing, like with big tech, they are under we have 230, which makes it so that Facebook is not liable for things posted.
Right.
But they've become a publisher.
Right.
So now if you take away they're going to be liable. They have to read all 50 million comments, and they can be sued and go to jail and be fined.
All of Facebook. Mostly just Mark Zuckerberg, since he started it.
Yeah.
We should probably sign off our show so Mom gets our video under the 2-hour limit.
There's so much more to talk about today, but we kind of went off on a few little tangents. So
that's all right. It makes our show, and that's why you guys come here.
We talked about North Korea, and I really just want to end with that. I mean, there's good news happening in the world today.
And if you missed the start of our show, please go back and watch it, because that entrance by Nigel Farage to
that was fun.
Their thing, the Brexit rally for launching the general election, campaigning. I think is fantastic.
It's Sunday. I don't have a song.
Maia was asking for a song. She just said song. I don't know. I got nothing.
Why does this happen?
Isn't there a book over there? I just
put
one over there the other day. I did.
You did? But then I might have moved it.
Why?
Because it didn't look good.
No,
the hymn book.
Sunk.
But we don't sing hymns very much, so why would you choose a hymn book?
I don't know.
Why you sing songs your entire life? The problem is, here's the thing. We like to turn the camera around. I can play all the songs on the guitar.
Right.
When I look at the things,
The
music.
the plans when we did the new studio was to put the camera up.
Yeah.
And it was we were gonna have two cameras, one facing the other direction. I had these grandiose ideas, and then summer happened, and we didn't get a chance to. Don't let my heart grow cold.
I don't know that one.
Don't let my heart grow cold.
I don't know it.
I'm calling out. Light the fire again. Don't let the vision die. I'm calling out. Light the fire again. Lord, light the fire again.
I need a guitar for this one.
I forget that part.
I
am here to buy gold,
refined in the fire, naked and poor, wretched and blind I come.
I'll let you sing it because I can't remember it.
I'm sorry. Clothe me so I won't be ashamed. You know, that's a guitar song. You really have to play it with the guitar.
It's the only one that came to my mind. I was thinking of all of our charismatic Pentecostal songs that we used to sing.
That's a song that I can only play that with the guitar.
So there you go. That's what you get.
No.
It was. I think we've seen "Let the River Flow" a lot.
I really like playing with my guitar. Honestly, it makes everything better.
Okay.
But I don't have room here. Like it's even worse than upstairs.
You want us to sing that one?
Yeah.
Good old Standby. My favorite song, my Plymouth anthem for Plymouth 2020, which is launching. We will be there in 1 year, Lord willing.
Lord willing.
A year from today, we will be there in Plymouth. And this is why do I love this for Plymouth? Because of Plymouth Rock. And there is a where it says here, I raise my Ebenezer. It's a rock. It's from the Old Testament. My rock. Okay.
Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Here's the mount time fix upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I come. And I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus saw me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God. He to rescue me from danger interposed his precious blood. On that day when free from sinning, I shall see thy lovely face, clothed in the blood-washed linen. How I'll sing thy wondrous grace. Come, my Lord, no longer tarry, take my ransomed soul away. Send thine angels now to carry me to realms of endless days. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it for thy courts above. Yay.
All right, I love that one. That one never, ever, ever gets old. Thank you, Maia, for putting resistancechicks.com link in the chat. Earlier, she had put the link to ITM Trading for Lynette Zhang.
Oh, thanks.
You're on the ball, Maia. Fantastic.
Maia, I have gone through 2 bottles of hot sauce so far. I'm
She
thankful
goes through
and
that
grateful.
hot sauce.
That habanero sauce, that is something else.
You're the hot sauce mama.
I
That
gotta
makes you a
tell
hot
you,
mama.
I have to tell you, man, that's good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
You are fantastic. All right, you guys, we love you.
God loves
Remember, it's not just a conspiracy theory.
And we got to tell you, man,
we have something we're gonna bring you probably within the next couple of months.
We got an interview.
We're gonna,
Yesterday we spent the day with some friends and the friend's family, and the friend's family has written some books, and the friend's family started to go on like. He knows like all about JFK. He knows all about like everything. He told us about the polio virus. I'm gonna give them some stuff. They told me about the polio virus. He talked to me about the MK Ultra. It was like conspiracy central, and it wasn't conspiracy theories. It was conspiracy fact because he's read the documents. He's written them down. He told me stuff. I never knew. And you thought we were conspiracy theorists like aficionados. And he's like, oh, that's common knowledge. And I'm like, not that common, because I didn't hear it. I'm looking around the room. Y'all hear it? And they're like, well, we heard it when he told us. Oh, my word. It was good stuff. And so we pressured him so we can interview him. And his family are telling him, you need to go on that show. Go do what they tell you to do. And so they told us that his family told us that if we pressured him, we could get him on our show.
So what the idea is that we're going to read his book. We've got to start there, and then we're going to have him on the show. And you
guys are going to be floored. It will be a non-stop
when we do this show,
information.
Which we're going to convince him to do. I feel confident in this. I want you guys. This is the time I'm going to ask you. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. Email it to your friends. I want this shared because there is information that we're going to have in this interview that is going to blow your mind. Stuff that is not out there. Crazy stuff. And we're also going to link to his books several so that you guys can read them. So I'm super duper excited about that. So earlier when we said, earlier in the show, at the very beginning, you said something about cancer. And I was like, speaking of cancer, because that's what came to mind, weaponizing cancer, weaponizing AIDS. That's something that we're going to get him to talk about.
Taking tumors, making bigger tumors.
Why is it that we have a prevalence of cancer and AIDS right now?
Oh, my word.
All right, you guys. We will see you back later this week. I'm going to try to do a Bible study. Not sure when, but at some point, Lord willing. So, and don't forget to check out Patriot Gallery's stream from last night, which was really, really good. I actually stayed awake. I was falling asleep, but I stayed awake till the end to listen to it because I was so into it. So I want you to check that out. And thank you, Patriot Gallery, for putting out content when Leah and I can't do it. So, all right. We love you guys. God bless.
Was called